I just like how all the weeklies and dailies are spread all over the place. I am at the stage. I'm at a stage. Look at my quest bar. Let me turn off my chat just for a second so you can see. Look at my fucking quest bar, and it goes right down to the bottom of the screen. Does everyone else's quest bar look like that at the moment? And I have to say, there are side quests I haven't done. There are main story quests I haven't done. I've got 4 out of 5 for the campaign of the max level campaign, but there are so many. Like, I basically haven't done any side quests. I've got question marks all over the fucking place that I haven't even gone to yet. You know, look at all these fucking exclamation marks all over my map. I haven't even touched half of this. Look at all this fucking shit up here. Look at this. Every time I do world quests, they unlock other world quests to do and stuff like that. Everywhere I go, there's people giving me more stuff to do, more stuff to unlock, more stuff to unravel, more stuff that I have to go over here and do. I've got to go and do this dungeon and click on a thing in the dungeon. I've got to go to this person and unlock this new kind of like a daily event. There's a fucking bountiful delve over here. And I've got to say, at this stage in the expansion, I love it. I love it so much. And it is the part of the expansion that I love more than anything else, where you've done the story, you've still got a whole bunch of story quests to do. Like, everything you do makes your character more powerful. Like, it's overwhelming in the absolute best way. It's overwhelming in an incredibly good way. And you were just talking about Day 9. I watched his War Within playthrough, a little bit of his War Within playthrough, and he said something like so insightful and something I agreed with so much. Someone asked him if WoW was too complicated. And he said, it is very complicated, but there are 2 different types of complicated. Like, there's the type of complicated where you have to know it all before you start. So, like, flying a plane is very complicated. Brain surgery is very complicated. Building a house is very complicated. And what makes it all the more complicated is you have to understand every single complicated part about it before you can even try it. Otherwise, you're going to fail. WoW is complicated, but in a different way. WoW's complexity is there's just always something new to learn as you go. So you can't even start brain surgery until you know it all. You can't even start rocket science until you know it all. WoW has a deep level of complexity, but, you know, you pick it up bit by bit by bit by bit. You can still be doing and playing and enjoying WoW at various different levels as you get higher and higher leveled at it. And, like, you just pick bits up and you learn, and you know, it doesn't matter if the last bit you learn is 10 years on from when you first started. Like, and that's so true. Yeah, WoW is complex. WoW is incredibly complex, but you don't need to be in control of that to actually play it and enjoy it. You know? It's not like you have to go, it's complex, therefore I can't enjoy it. It's like, yes, you can enjoy it at every level of complexity that you kind of ascend through, as it were. You know, and that is the genius of WoW. And that's like why it's so good and so enjoyable to so many different people, is because, yeah, it's incredibly complex. And you can follow that road of complexity as far as you want, but you'll enjoy it at every stage differently. Which is something I've been trying to say on this channel for years, or for like a year since this became a topic of debate, and have never been able to eloquate properly. But that is absolutely it. You know? It is complex, but its complexity, despite what some commentators say, never stops you enjoying it at the level you're at. Amazing. And like, it's such a good observation. And it's why all these WoW is too complicated videos and discourses are such bullshit. Is because it's like, yes, it is complicated, but its level of complexity never stops you enjoying it at lower levels. You don't need to be in control. You don't need to have a grip of its complexity to enjoy it at any other level. It just blows that whole argument out of the water as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. And so even if Day 9 never ever contributed anything else to the WoW space, he contributed that, which was very fucking sage, and I nodded. I nodded sagely. I went, yes, Day 9, you are correct, yes. It's not Asmon. It's like loads of different people have been taking part in that discourse, right? Loads of people who I watch a lot more than I watch Asmon, so I'm more familiar with their arguments than his. And fascinating. It's brilliant. I just thought it was a really, really good observation. So anyway, I've got all of this shit and I love this stage. And, the test of the longevity of an expansion is when I understand everything that is here a lot better, and when everything that is here is second nature to me a lot more, and when I'm coming into the game every week knowing exactly what I've got to do, and, I've probably got an idea in my mind of how I'm going to do it and stuff like that, how do I feel about the game then? Oh, chat has gone. Sorry, you're absolutely right. I took it away so you could see my massive, hot, throbbing quest log. To some people, WoW doesn't exist at lower levels. Yeah, and it's very funny to me that it's those people that complain about the complexity. Like, the only people I ever see complain about how complex WoW is are people who understand it. Are people who absolutely have a grasp of its complexity. The only people I see complaining about how complex WoW is are top-level players. And it's like, there's this weird thing of like trying to talk for lower level players. Lower level players don't give a shit how complex it gets at higher levels. They play at the level they're happy at. Which is the argument I've been trying to make forever. It's like, lower level players that you claim to speak for and that you claim to be worried about here, they don't give a fuck what the arcane opener is. They do not give a fuck what the arcane opener is. Sorry. They don't care. Like, the only people I see complaining about the arcane opener are people that understand the arcane opener. Like, the only people I see complaining about how complex the arcane opener is are people that can do it. No one else cares. Like, isn't that weird? Isn't that a head fuck? Like, the only people who think it's a problem and too complicated are the people for whom it is not too complicated. Like, no one else cares. Yeah, it's such bullshit. The whole conversation is bullshit. It's like the only people that think it's too complicated are the people for who, by definition, it is not too complicated. No one else cares. Anyway, sorry. And like, who knows? Who knows? Maybe in a few months or whatever, patches or whatever, maybe I'll look at this map and I'll be like, oh my God, there's too much. It's too overwhelming. I don't like it. But I don't think I will. And the reason I don't think I will, the reason I'm optimistic about it, I mean, I might. I'm not discounting the possibility that I might, for sure. But it's because it does very much carry on Dragonflight's thing of there's loads, but it is mostly optional. There's some stuff that you're going to want to do to maximize your kind of like gearing and stuff like that, which is very exciting when you're progressing in a raid. Every little thing you can do to kind of increase your gear score and your output and stuff is really important and feels great, right? I love doing that when I'm in progression, and when I'm kind of like I want to get my Mythic Plus rating and stuff like that. I quite enjoy that. What's the war that's occurring in your pants? I don't know, dude. Why don't you ask your mum? If she can still talk. So yeah, I love this stage that we're at of the expansion. And I always love this bit of the expansion as well, where I am completely overwhelmed. There's so much I need to do. There's still like literal gameplay things I need to unlock. I'm going to go to Hallowfall right now. I'm going to do a couple of world quests so that I can unlock like the big world quests in that zone. I love that thing of like you do 4 world quests in a zone or whatever and it unlocks like a big world quest. I think that's really cool. I'm a big fan of that. People will start complaining about that at some point, but right now I think it's really, really cool and I'm going to enjoy it. I love this event over here. I love this area where it's just like quest after fucking quest after motherfucking quest just keeps popping up. The more you do, the more quests pop up, and I really love it. I think it's great. Oh, so this one's not locked anymore. Okay, I did unlock this one. Okay, let's go do it.